stop that last two-point conversion?
I got to ask Nick what the actual call was.
How did that?
We were going max coverage, and they, a lot of teams in a 2-point will slide to a trips and try to out leverage you and pick you if in man coverage. But we were in zone, and our guys passed it off pretty well.
How important was it for this team at this point of the season to face adversity and fun like they did?
Oh, it's huge. It's everything. As a coach, you want your players to go through that, to get knocked to the mat and have to get back up. Be down, 20-7, and not look very good, and realize you get back in the game, take the lead, then have it go the other way. It's much better in the development of a team and just the psyche than going out and beating somebody by 30 points. I mean, the fans like it. Well, they probably like that too. But to develop this team and develop a belief that no matter what circumstances we have, we're going to find a way to win. I couldn't have scripted it any better.
The 10 lead changes. Was it
10? It was a basketball game.
Keep going back and forth, and the mental strength. Emily, I lost you that pace.
It was huge. But I'll tell you, we've got a special group of seniors and leaders on this team. These guys believe in themselves. They don't get down on each other. If somebody slips up, somebody else is going to make up for them. And today our offense, I thought did a really good job of sparking. At times we played really well on defense, but we gave up too many big plays, obviously. And every time we were down, we responded. And it was nice to see our kicking game. It wasn't great. Obviously, giving up the kickoff return for a score was bad, but Dylan Roots scored right at the end of the game to get us set up for that last touchdown to be able, or was that the field goal? I forget which one that was. He did lead the touchdown. I mean, that was huge. Isaiah Bursch's punt returns were huge. All three phases, guys did good and bad things, and when you can have that not just be one-sided, it's big.
Coach, you had 74 pass attempts, 23 rushes. Are you concerned about that, or no?
No, I think we'll ice Eric's arm down, or Derek's arm down, and he'll be fine. But a lot of it has to do with how they're going to try to defend us, and if they're going to their charge going in was we're going to stop the run, and we read things as they try to defend it, and we're not going to try to go uphill. We're going to take what they give us, and we threw for. What did he throw for? 470. How many touches?
5.
5 touches, and he didn't throw. This time he didn't throw of the 5 any to the other team, so that was good.
Coach, there was a stretch of breaks that went you guys away in that second quarter, starting with the muffed punt, and then they got called for an unsportsmanlike penalty, and the replay review. Just talk to. How much did that impact, or how much did that help you guys get back in?
Momentum-wise, it was huge. I think we ended up losing, the turnover battle. Was it 3-2? And it would have been bigger than that. And at that point in the game, had we lost that, that would have been even tougher to recover from. Things weren't going good, but our guys know there's an ebb and flow to a game, especially when you're playing a quality opponent like Rutgers. I mean, this team was the Big East champs last year. They got their quarterback back, 17. I thought they were pretty physical and fast on defense. They're a good football team. I think they're going to win a heck of a lot of games. So to get those breaks, we needed them, and we took advantage of it afterwards and got the momentum back right before the half.
Obviously, we can talk about plays all night in this game, but can you talk about Colin coming through that 47-yard field goal late in the game? He's a freshman, first true test, pressure situation, and how he came through.
That's why we signed him. A year ago we had a walk-on kicker, and I didn't feel comfortable putting a guy in that position. We put Colin in that position all fall camp. He's got the leg to do it, and the thing I love about him is he's got the demeanor. If he'd have missed it, he wouldn't have gotten down on himself. I don't think he'd have missed it, but in practice at times he does. It's just okay. I'll get my mechanics down. I'll hit the next one, and that's what you got to have as a kicker. And he's going to win a heck of a lot of games for us, and we're darn glad we have him.
What was that huddle on the sideline like after they scored that touchdown to go up?
It was really kind of matter of fact. It was like, okay, we've been here in this situation before. We do it all camp. We put different times and different timeouts, and we have all 3 timeouts. So, that's easy. We usually put like a minute 15, and we only give them 1 timeout. So we went down the field, our guys, got a lot of confidence, and guys made plays.
Coach, as a defensive coordinator at one point, are you concerned about the secondary kind of giving up 543 yards?
Absolutely. I mean, part of it, you have to give Rutgers credit. I mean, they hit some balls right on the money, but we've got to get that cleaned up. I think they did a good job of keeping us off rhythm a little bit. We're calling some run stopper calls at times when they hit us on passes, and we play pass and they hit us on a couple runs. And every year personnel is going to be different, and it takes a little bit of time sometimes for coaches to kind of get a feel for who can do what. We'll get that cleaned up. It was good to get a win, whether it's 52-51 or as we talked about in the locker room, 3-0. But when you can win and still have day to correct some things, you like that a lot better, and we'll get it corrected. I've got a lot of faith in our defensive coaches.
This is one of the crazier games you've been involved in.
Yeah, probably so. It's the opposite end of the spectrum. When I was at A&M, we had a 9-6 game. Just a gut check back and forth kind of a game, but and the crowds stormed the field and those kind of things. But this game, with all the swings, motion, lead changes, I don't know that I've been one like this.
Coach, with the running back situation between Waller and Quezada, obviously Josh got that touchdown on the first possession, and you were using him as a receiver. Has one of those guys stepped up to possibly be the #1 running back, or do you plan on using both against Cal Poly?
We'll look at the tape, and we'll get together with Coach Ram and Coach Wade, and see how their grades turned out. We're not going to do it just based on 1 or 2 plays. I mean, I thought Josh did some good things, but again, when we look at the tape, I may not have noticed when he didn't do good things. We got to do a much better job with our quarterback running back exchange. We can't put the ball on the ground. I mean, that's a unforgivable sin, and we got to get that cleaned up. And if we can't, then we can't play players that put the ball on the ground. So we'll take a look. I don't know that any decision. I know it's not going to be made tonight. We'll take a look tomorrow.
One last question for Coach.
Talk about the play of Derek.
He's what we think. He's the real deal. He leads us. He's got ice in his veins. He can, this year make plays with his feet, unlike he could a year ago. I thought he did a nice job escaping the rush. I thought our protection, except for maybe 1 or 2 plays, was really excellent. And I know when he's got that kind of protection, he's got confidence in the pocket to stick the ball right where it needs to be stuck. And we've got some frisbee catching dogs that will go up and get it. So it was fun to see.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.